What's up, y'all? It's Tisha the Diva, and this is for my ladies. This is my podcast where amazing things happen and we get to talk, discuss, and celebrate real women of color. This is for my ladies is just for you. This podcast is a place where I get to highlight not only my life dreams and goals, but yours too. I believe I was called to create a platform for myself to express not only my thoughts, but those of other women that's unfiltered and untamed. I plan to talk and discuss topics that interest me and other women. I want my audience to be engaged and aware, so any topics, email them to me at tishathediva@gmail.com. What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome back, you all, to another episode of This is for My Ladies podcast. I am your host, Tisha the Diva. Let me just go ahead and start off by telling you This is for My Ladies has literally reached the end of season 5. Season 5, we're alive. Y'all already know. Season 5 kicked off literally a week and a half after I relocated to California after my 31st birthday in July. And we're wrapping up season 5 with our 100th episode. Woo! Kudos to This is for My Ladies and myself. First of all, I would just like to thank my mom for just allowing me to just be here, for just making that decision at the tender age of 16 that she wanted to birth this beautiful vessel into this world. I want to thank my grandmother and my uncle, literally. This is for My Ladies podcast got started from the uncomfortableness of a tiny bedroom in a 3-bedroom townhouse that me, my grandmother, and my uncle shared together. And I would like to thank my aunt for always believing in me and pouring it to me. Of course, my big shout out to my best friend, my baby sister, and my brother. I also like to thank my niece and nephew and, a host of family and friends. But y'all, I am super duper excited to have reached my 100th episode. Literally, this is the last podcast of 2020. So to wrap it up with my 100th episode and the last podcast of 2020, I mean, how did that align? Maybe I was supposed to take those hiatuses. Well, I'm not going to say hiatuses. Like, I took more than one. I took one hiatus, and let me tell y'all, like I said, I would never, ever do that again to you all. This is like therapy for me. For 2.5 years, I have literally been doing something that I love and enjoy, and that is using my superpower, which is my voice. So, y'all, that makes me extremely excited. I just want to thank everybody that has listened to This is for My Ladies, over the past 2.5 years. Literally in this time, I have over 11,481 plays right now. So that makes me extremely, extremely excited and proud. And it is for that very reason that I do what I do, because I love it. And I'm just so excited that literally we are wrapping up a crazy, wild year. Just a little recap, just a 2020 wrap up. We know that literally like January 2020, there was the whole, impeachment of President Trump. And I mean, literally just days, a week later, a very, very tragic accident happened where the world lost an incredible athlete, role model, friend, husband, father. Kobe Bryant and his daughter, Gianna Bryant, died tragically in a helicopter accident here in California. That literally rocked the world. Because I believe just like the night before, or something. LeBron James had broke his record or something. So, I mean, it was literally unexpected. No, I mean, death is unexpected anyway, unless, like you have those doctor visits and, like, oh, you only have like a certain amount of time to live. But even still, no matter how much you prepare for losing a person, like for instance, thank God I only lost, one family member during this time, but her life expectancy was literally 6 months after they diagnosed my aunt with breast and liver cancer. So they detected it too late. Whereas, it was just more so just enjoy the rest of your life, just try to make her as comfortable as possible. But so no matter what, death is literally, very unexpected. It can be a beautiful thing. It is a tragic thing, but it can be a beautiful thing. Again, our thoughts and prayers are still going out to Vanessa Bryant, because not only did she lose her spouse, she lost a child. And I mean, it's unimaginable. So, that was in January. And then literally, I think it was just kind of like the first one or two people in January that, caught coronavirus in the United States. And, February, there was a little bit more accounts for, deaths, from COVID-19, from coronavirus. And then literally in March, there was a complete worldwide, United States, other countries, overseas, foreign countries, literally a whole shutdown, like locked down. Literally just saying this is unbelievable that the amount of events that has happened in 2020, it's so surreal. It's completely surreal. The fact that, we have to quarantine and, there's these vaccines and, people are being plagued with a disease and people are dying by the masses. And a lot of people that we personally know, family members, friends, loved ones, literally have caught coronavirus. Granted, I haven't personally, spoken with anybody that I know who lost a loved one from coronavirus. Well, actually, yes, I have. One of my best friends that lives in DC, I believe like one of her uncles ended up having coronavirus and passed away from that. But still, it's just something that we literally had no clue of, how deadly this thing was. A lot of people weren't taking and still aren't taking, because it's not like, now that it's the end of 2020 and we're going into 2021, it's like we hit a reset button and it's over. It is not over. We still are dealing with an increase in numbers in different places like Florida and, California, not even having any beds in the ICU. So if anybody literally is in a life or death situation, it's just kind of like, what happens? What are they supposed to do? So it's literally been a lot. I know some people, this probably has been the worst year ever. I know we literally could not wait to get out of 2019. Although, my 2019 was actually pretty good. And my 2020 was actually pretty decent too. But a lot of people, they have experienced like, one of the worst years of their life. Literally. And this is not just like a couple of people, a handful of people. These are like millions of Americans who literally has lost their homes, lost their jobs, probably lost a family member or a friend. Coronavirus literally was something that affected everybody, whether in a positive or negative way. I know some people who literally was able to spin this coronavirus and literally turn into some of the best entrepreneurs ever. Out of fear, a lot of people decided to pour into their side hustles, and their dreams and goals, and actually bring them into fruition during this year. So definitely let's give those people an applause and a hand clap, because a lot of people weren't able to do that. It was literally like a sink or swim. Some of you decide to backstroke and float, and some people literally sank and drowned. And to still be in great health, to still be in my right mind, to still have my family members and loved ones, to be able to call upon them and still speak to them. I am extremely blessed. A lot of us are really, really, extremely blessed. So again, we just literally want to continue to keep those people who have been, tremendously affected by this virus, that has literally probably experienced the worst year of their life. We want to continue to make sure that we lift them up. And we may not know everybody by name or anything like that, but just a little silent prayer for, any of those who are suffering during this time, who lost a job or lost anything. We just want to continue to just encourage them and lift them up in spirit, because, we all need it. We all, somebody got to pray for us. So yeah, literally a lot of things has happened, but one of the biggest things that happened was coronavirus. And, I could go and, with preparing for this episode, I was like, oh, I want to do a 2020 wrap up. And, I'm going to talk about something that happened each month and all that stuff. But I mean, literally, what happened each month? Coronavirus. So I just literally wanted to, basically come to you all, and not in a, 2020 was this, 2020 was that, but literally to get us excited as we go into 2021, because what? 2021 is where the money reside, where the money reside, where the money reside, where the money reside. Okay, let me tell y'all something. I think that literally probably was what we needed going into 2021. I mean, just that guy's energy, spirit, how he came out, the back of the trunk, ready, okay? What a what? Where the money reside, where the money reside, the little dance, the hand clap, everything, because that's on who Mary had a little lamb. That was probably literally, what literally lift my spirit and just have me like, you know what? I'm going into 2021 where the money resides, all right? So literally, that's the spirit and the energy that we want to have. Like, where the money resides, where the money at? Where is the money? That's what we're chasing. And not just saying that money is the end all be all and it's everything. But listen, if you're not chasing money, then what are you chasing? I mean, some people are chasing happiness, freedom. Some people are, chasing, behind their selves. Some people chasing behind a man. But when you shift your focus, and granted, yes, money is a physical, material thing, but it's literally what we need in order for us to survive. You don't have any money. I mean, what do you have? So literally, I want us to not only change our minds center around where the money resides, but how are we going to get there? What are you going to do? What things are you going to go ahead and put into place that you have literally been procrastinating on, that you have been kind of, feeling depressed about? Because literally, not even sometimes, depression can literally have people stuck where they are, because they're too depressed to do anything. They're unmotivated. Depression has them unmotivated. They're, being unmotivated has them depressed. And, my god sister, Taquisha, she posted something about that today on her Instagram. And it was just like, that's nothing that I want to wish on anybody. At the end of the day, I want everybody to know what it is that they want out of life and how they're going to get there. I mean, honestly, for real, I know what I want out of life. And, I literally had to verbally say out of my mouth because, I've been doing my podcast for 2.5 years. Yes, I've made some money off of it, but it literally wasn't until just like last week that I was like, you know what, Lord, I want to do my podcast full time. I want my podcast to be a stream of income. I want to be able to live and survive off of my podcast. I want my podcast to be able to fund trips, to fund, bills, to be able to pay my bills and fund a lifestyle. And it's not like it's impossible. People are legit signing $1 million podcast deals. And I have a contract with my name on it. That's just what it is because that's what I'm working towards. That's what I am literally. I'm telling you guys, like I said, last week was my podcast episode, Clubhouse or Trap House. And, I literally look at it as depending on what you're there for, it's the Trap House. You can literally create, find those deals and make those different type of transactions as far as connecting and networking and, just collaborating. And I can say that again, since I've been up there, and it's been going on 2 weeks now. Since I've been up there, I feel like I have put myself so far ahead that I'm already, like in 2021, as far as, with planning content and scheduling interviews and reaching out to sponsors. Like, literally over the weekend, I spent my time dedicated to understanding, the different products and brands that I use, that I like, that I stand for, that I stand behind. And, I made a list and I just literally started typing. I introduced myself. I told them what it is that I do. And then I just went into, some of my topics, discuss X, Y, and Z. And literally I curated each of these sponsorship letters for each, brand. One of the brands, I was just like, oh, my podcast, some of the topics that we discuss, following your dreams, dating and relationships, and just some other things. And then the other one, I was like following your dreams, financial literacy, and some other stuff. I literally crafted each letter for whichever brand that I'm submitting it to, because I want them to know that I use your product. I stand by your brand. I mentioned your product in one of my podcasts and I included the link and let them know at what mark, at 1 minute and 35 seconds, I mention your company. And I would love to continue to mention your company continuously and share it with my audience because they could benefit from it, yada, 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 blah, say, blah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I believed it. When I was typing it, I believed it. And what did I do after that? So after I sent out those emails, and I sent out an email this morning too. Guess what I did? Went right on LinkedIn, typed in the company, and I found out who I need to be in touch and in contact with, straight like that. I'm not about to play and beat around the bush and all this stuff with my dreams. I'm done. I'm tired of sleeping on myself. I'm tired of waiting and dragging my feet and all. No, because at the end of the day, I have to go out and get it. Nobody is going to come and save me. Nobody is just going to drop no money in my account so I can pay my bills and all of that stuff. Ain't nobody about to do that. I don't have anybody to do that. The only person that I have is myself to make sure that I secure my future. And me securing my future is using my voice and speaking up. Again, my superpower. Okay? Do you hear me? Some of y'all voices are y'all superpowers too, but you sleeping on yourself. You don't open up your mouth when it's time to speak up, when it's time to say something. Some of y'all don't even have your own back. Literally, because if you did, you would push yourself harder. You would go literally when your back is against the wall, you come out fighting, you come out swinging. But some of y'all don't even have y'all own back. You sleeping on yourself. You're letting yourself down. You're not living up to your fullest and truest potential. And listen, that ain't where the money reside. Okay? Because if I said that ain't where the money reside, I'm believing in myself. I'm fighting for myself. I'm standing up for myself. I'm using my voice. I'm going to do the work. I might have to stay up a little late. But let me tell y'all, that's one thing that I'll never do. And you know what? And I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not knocking anybody. And maybe I'm just not there yet. But also maybe I just also know myself as well. One thing about me, I'm going to take a nap. I don't care what I got going on. One thing about me, I'm going to take a nap. I am going to go to sleep, even if it's just for a couple of minutes. Even like, okay, NASA did a study where they said the perfect nap is 26 minutes. I remember I was working at the debt collection agency. And everybody always knew my routine. Always knew my routine. I would go in the cafeteria, in the lunchroom, warm my food up. And I always brought my own food. I'm a debt collector. So I basically develop practices that help me to get myself out of debt. If I'm helping people with their debt, I mean, why am I in debt? I mean, granted, yes, I had some, but my credit score was literally like at a 749, y'all. Don't ask me where it's at right now, because that's none of your business. Just know that I'm working on it. And just know that I'm also working with another sponsor that I'll be glad to literally, like, I'm not going to say it right now because at the end of the day, until I sign a sponsorship, I'm not giving nobody any type of free promotion at all. Like, there has to be something signed. There has to be a contract. There has to be something before I just be blurting and splatting out who y'all should use and what y'all should do until it's a check sign. Because what a money reside, all right? No free promotion. But anyway, yeah, so my schedule literally, like, I would go in the cafeteria, warm my food up. I'll eat about 15 minutes. I eat fast. I would go right in my car and I would set my alarm clock. I'll play some meditation music and I would take a nap. I had a pillow, I had a blanket, I had everything. And I was in my car taking a nap. Literally, I mean, being a debt collector was so draining. It was extremely draining. And I needed that, extra that pick me up. And I got it with a nap. And I did this literally for almost 9 months that I worked there. Literally for almost the 9 months that I worked there, like, there was only a handful of times that I probably took care of some business or left and went and got something to eat or went to the cafeteria and just hung out like because one of my best friends had worked there. But other than that, I'm going to take me a nap. I'm going to make sure that I get rest because I feel like I can't perform at my best self and highest and all that stuff unless I get some sleep. And I know some people don't sleep. You'll sleep when you're dead and all of that stuff. I'm not about to be burnt out. I'm just not about to burn myself out for nothing. I'm not about to do that because I can't perform at my truest capacity if I'm dead tired. Then I got an attitude, then I'm angry, then I'm mad and all that stuff. Don't get time for it. I really, really don't. I don't. But I also encourage you all to make sure you all get some rest. Make sure you all take some rest. Schedule some rest. I mean, granted, yes, I know you sleep and all that stuff, but try to make sure that you're getting at least a full 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Literally log out of social media. Just log out. It's gonna remember your login. People be like, oh, I don't remember my password and all that stuff or whatever. I mean, well, unless you can't get it to your email and unless you got a different phone number or something, there's no excuse as to why you can't log out and then just sign back in with just a one touch, one time type ordeal. So there's no excuses. So, we want to just make sure that we're getting some rest. We want to make sure that we're also taking care of our health. Again, coronavirus, COVID, Rona, Auntie Rona, the panoramic. Like, it's serious. We want to make sure that we're getting our physicals. We want to make sure that we are literally getting tests done, taking care of ourselves. That's for men and women. And we want to make sure that we encourage our men to make sure that they are checking their health, because literally they be suffering silent killers because they don't want to go to the doctor. They don't want to, they're going to be okay and all that stuff or whatever. Like, nah. And then, I can't, drive the fact that literally people real life be dying because they don't go to the doctor in time. And that's just so crazy. Granted, yes, I know a lot of people don't believe in seeing a doctor and all that stuff or whatever. And I get it. I understand. But there's also holistic health doctors and all that stuff. If you don't want to go the traditional medical route, maybe you want to try something natural. There are literally holistic practitioners that takes your insurance, that takes Medicaid and all of that stuff, and offers consultations, free consultations, all of that. We want to make sure that we're taking advantage, because where the money resides is literally places that we are able to take advantage of. The more that we're able to take advantage of opportunities, the more money we have, the more time we have, the better our skin look, the better we just get our shit together. You get what I'm saying? So we definitely want to make sure that in 2021 that we are literally stepping into our full selves, that nothing goes, no stone goes unturned. Literally. And, I know a lot of people say, for me, and, just getting to like the whole astrology thing or whatever. And, oh yeah, Cancers are so emotional and all of that stuff. No, we're not emotional. What we do is we just speak up for ourselves. We're going to ask you, well, what do you mean? Well, if people be like, oh, I didn't mean it that way, or I didn't mean, well, that's what you said. So help me understand, because of course I'm going to take it this type of way, because it's your tone, it's your body language, it's like your eyes and all of that stuff. Like, we're literally paying attention to all of that. Y'all have to be a little bit emotional about some things, because when you're unemotional, it's just like, okay, whatever. But those are the type of people who be having all that anxiety and see, I don't have none of that. And the reason why I don't have none of that, because I'm going to go ahead and raise the question right then and there, because I don't have time to be walking away from any conversation, any situation, and I still have unanswered questions, and then my mind is racing and all that. I'm not about to do it. Not about to do it. Let's go ahead and talk about this thing right now. Well, I mean, that's just how it is. We want to make sure that we go ahead and nip stuff in the bud right there. We want to go ahead and deal with it while it's right there. We don't want to wait. We don't want to let it sit and marinate. And I'm not about to let no shit sit and marinate. Sometimes I do, because I'm probably still trying to figure out how to approach a situation. But for the most part, yeah, I know. The only thing that need to be sitting and marinating is some food, okay? I'm just saying. I'm not about to allow my feelings to sit and marinate. That's just not what I'm about to do, because I would like for you to be clear right then and there, because that helps me. I mean, literally, it helps me. If once a person is clear right then and there, then I'm able to go on about my business and deal. Now, after that, however I feel after that person made that person clear, that ain't got nothing to do with that other person. That's on me. Literally, seriously, it's on me. So at the same time, we just want to make sure that 2021, that we leave no stones unturned, that we're going after everything that we said that we are. And y'all, life is hard. Sometimes we look at other people's lives and be like, oh, this person has this and this person has that, or, they're doing this and they're doing that. Stop looking at other people. Watch your own plate. Watch your own plate. Like, literally, don't let your food go cold while you watching somebody else plate. Don't starve while you're watching somebody else eat. And that's what's happening. Y'all are starving yourselves by watching somebody else's plate. That's an issue. That should be an issue. If you know that that's your spirit and that's your energy, check yourself before you wreck yourself. I have a podcast. Make sure you check it out and listen to it. But seriously, you want to make sure that 2021, you are so in tune with yourself. Do that work. You have to do the inner work. You have to do that shadow work. You have to find out and get to the root of where this stuff is coming from. Where's that jealousy coming from? Where's that hateration coming from? Where's that laziness coming from? Where's that procrastination coming from? What is triggering your anxiety? What is it? You have to get to the root of it. Are you abusing substances and that triggers it? Are you just not doing the work? Are you just self-sabotaging? Are you always talking yourself out of stuff? Get to the root of it, you all. You gotta get to the root of it, because listen, you're not gonna be where the money resides in 2021 if you don't. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that you're going to be in the same place that you have been for the past year, past 2 years, past 3 years. You're gonna be there. You're gonna be stuck. Don't nobody want to be stuck when there's too much money to be made. There's a lot of money out here that, we literally have to just tap into. Start finding out what it is that you're good at. Start finding out what it is your passion is. Okay, maybe somebody else is doing it. Go ahead and take a stab at it. Take a stab at it. But just know, if a person is already doing that, then they probably already put in years and years and years of worth of investing and practice. So you're going to have to do the same thing if that's what you genuinely, truly want to do. If not, go back to the drawing board. Say what it is that you want to do. Like I said, literally, this year was the first time that I vocally had said out loud, that I put it in the universe, that I want This Is For My Ladies to be my bread and butter. I want This Is For My Ladies to be an umbrella of different things that I'm able to do, as far as merch and journals and books and all those great things. This Is For My Ladies is going to be it. I mean, it just is. And you want to know why? Because This Is For My Ladies is where the money resides. Literally. This Is For My Ladies is going to be everything that I ever said that I wanted it to be. This Is For My Ladies is paying my bills on time, early, bi-weekly, however. It is allowing me to purchase all the necessary tools and resources to continue to produce podcasts. This is for my ladies is allowing me to build and pay a team, which y'all already know. Vince Inc., those still my guys. Y'all know, like, I still rock with them. And if you're in Virginia, anywhere, Vince Inc. is like literally worldwide. So whatever. But seriously, this is for my ladies is funding, funding trips. If I want to decide that I just want to go somewhere and do my podcast remote from Jamaica or Bora Bora or Anguilla or Maldives, I can do that. And I will do that. And I am doing that. I'm putting in the work. I'm literally putting in the work, and I have been for 2.5 years. And I can step my game up. There's room, trial and success. There is still room for me to grow, room for me to just be like, you know what? All that laziness, all of that, just scrolling all on Instagram and, nah, I'm not about to do it. I'm not about to do that. I'm just not, because I know what it is that I want. I know what I want for my future. I know what I want to secure. Public speaking engagements, which y'all already know. Y'all know. Event hosting. Working with TV networks. MTV, BET, VH1, Bravo. All of that. I want my face to be everywhere, on everything. And I want God to protect me that nothing from my past, no tweets, no Facebooks, no Instagrams, no none of it will be able to come up against me at all. And, sometimes I do believe that, one, not only betting on myself, because there has been plenty of times I do feel like I could be further than what I am, because I've had opportunities literally in my lap. But I was too scared. I would talk myself out of it. I would make up an excuse of, I'm trying to do it this way and I want to do it this way and all this stuff. And the opportunity is right there. I didn't trust myself. I honestly didn't. I did not trust myself. You have to trust in yourself. You have to trust that you have the best interest for yourself. It's you. So you have to trust yourself. You cannot talk yourself out of what God has for you, what God literally puts in your lap. That's just like, in a pursuit of happiness. Jaden Smith, he says, like, there's a guy, he's drowning, and a boat comes, and the boat comes, and it's just like, hey, let me save you. It's like, no, I prayed to God, he gonna send some help. It's like, okay. Another boat comes by. He was like, let me help you. No, I prayed to God, he's gonna send some help. I think like a third boat came. And then he was just like, no, go ahead. I'm waiting on God. He's going to send some help. And the man drowns and dies. He go to heaven. He was like, God, why didn't you send help? He was like, I sent you help. I sent you your help. I sent you those opportunities to save yourself. But you didn't take it. We don't want to be like that. We don't know the time nor hour. We don't want to be feeling like, what? I mean, because I don't know what happens in the afterlife. We go to heaven, we go to hell. There's a little waiting line and all. I don't know. I don't know. But I know, as for me and my house, even if I have the ability to be like, dang, I ain't take full advantage of, anything. And I know a lot of people post those, like, those stories about the people who are in the in the nursing homes, and they just asked, what do you feel like you could have done different? People was like, I would have traveled more, I would have spent more time with family and friends because I literally worked myself to death, and I would have literally, like, seriously, because people literally do have regrets because they didn't feel like they took advantage of life. They weren't where the money resides. And if they was where the money resides, I mean, they probably was too deep in it. But yeah, y'all. 2021, I just feel like a lot of things are going to happen in 2021. We are literally going into a new year with the new president, with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. We don't know what can happen. We had all these protesting and Black Lives Matters and, African Americans dying at the hands of the police brutality. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how the economy is going to go, how the housing market is going to go. We just don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty, but then there is a lot of hope. And the hope is what you're going to do. Are you going to go into 2020 ready to thrive, ready to go into 2022, literally ready to live your best life? Where the money resides. And that's on who? Mary Had a Little Lamb. I mean, seriously. If things don't work out in your life how you want it to, maybe you need to look in the mirror. Maybe you have to wipe all that cloud and smoke and all of that stuff and pay attention to yourself. Some of you all have to do a lot of self-work. Some of you all have to do some self-reflecting. Some of you all just really need to take the time out to really, really figure out, what do I want to do? What do I love doing? If you don't know, pray on it. Meditate on it. Fast on it. Seek God. Seek some type of spiritual guidance, spiritual connection, whatever it is that you practice, whatever it is that you believe. Because even for me, and I'm speaking to myself, I'm literally speaking to myself, like, there's no reason why I should not be where we want to be. And it could be that we're not doing enough work. We get, oh, okay, this enough. This good. We be satisfied. Hell no. We ain't satisfied till we at where the money reside. Where the money reside, where the money reside. I love that. I love that. I love it. I love it. And that's the type of energy that I need for you all to take into 2021. Every day, ask yourself, where the money reside, and go get to it. Y'all, that's all I have for y'all this week. That's all I have for y'all for the rest of the year. Y'all, it has been a wonderful journey and a wonderful experience just bringing you all 100 episodes. I'm getting emotional. I'm super proud of myself. I really am. I'm really proud of myself. Everything that I've ever done, everything that I'm doing, everything that I'm going to touch, every room that I'm going to go into, every person that I'm going to speak to. I'm super excited because I did this. Me, I didn't have nobody helping me or telling me to get up and I need to do this podcast and all that stuff. I don't have nobody, on my back telling me, okay, let's do this, let's do that, all this stuff. No, I have to find that discipline. I have to literally get up and find that fire so that I can do what it is that I love, that I enjoy doing. And I'm just so happy. I'm just super duper happy to go into my 6th season, to end this year, and to literally step more into myself and to allow nothing or no one, again, not even myself, to get in my way. I'm stepping out of my way so that I literally can run to the things that I want. Sprint. What have you? But literally, I am on the verge of literally turning anything that I say out of my mouth into reality. Literally 2021, going into 2022. This is for my ladies. It's definitely gonna be one of those podcasts that people seek, that's sought out. I'm gonna get that $1 million contract for my podcast. For This Is For My Ladies. Like, I can bet you on that. I guarantee you on that. And that's my goal. And that's a big goal. So now that I've set that big goal, what are the smaller goals that I'm going to do to get there? And that's just that on that. And that's on who? Married Little Lamb. Okay? Because 2021 is what? For who? Where the money reside. Where the money reside. Where the money reside. Where the money reside. All right, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all this. I'm going to go ahead and end this podcast. But I'm going to just leave y'all with, you got it. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Trust in yourself. Do the work. Get out of your way. And I'll see you in 2021. I'm Tisha the Diva. This is for my ladies. And I am out.